Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Beyond the Home Study podcast. I'm Abby, and I'm joined with my co host, Laura Rose, and we are here to just have real conversations for foster and adoptive parents about all the things after the paperwork. Hi, Laura Rose. How is it going today?
It's going. It's freezing cold is what it's
Yeah,
going.
I know. What do you keep your house set at? Like, what's your thermostat set at?
Gosh. Usually 70.
Okay.
What do you
Like,
keep yours at?
like morning, noon, and night, always 70?
Yeah, it's really old. We don't you can't, like, schedule.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you can, but I'm not messing with it. It would take forever.
Yeah, we keep ours at like 67, 68.
Okay.
But the kids' rooms are upstairs and they're usually I've like put a little temperature gauge in there and they're usually at like 70. So I feel like
Okay,
they're
yeah.
good.
We have, like, issues with we have to do a lot of, like, vent closures and
Yes.
open to, like, get it because of the way that our house is,
Yeah,
so
yeah. I know, but
and
it's like so cold outside. I think it's 10 degrees or something here. I don't know.
last time I checked, that's what it was here too.
Oh, wild.
I know. It is kinda
Crazy.
crazy.
Yeah.
Um, well, guys, today, let me tell you what we're doing today. We're doing a life update. So this is season 2. We're doing things a little bit different. And so we thought that every month we would just kind of, right? We're doing this every month.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, yeah, I just checking. I gotta remember the plan. Um, we're gonna get like update you guys on like, you know, what's going on in the world, what are some wins and what are some woes for us personally. So if you guys haven't been listening before, or even if you have, this is a great way to like get to know us a little bit better. Um, yeah, so that's kind of what we're doing today.
Yeah. I know it'll be fun because so the plan is to do like we're kind of like starting a new schedule, which to those of you who just like pop in and out and listen, it doesn't even matter to you. But for us, it's like helping us plan, helping us prep, all the different things. So that's part of the reason we had such a long break too, which we'll talk about a little bit today. But yeah, that's one of the reasons we had like a longer break because we wanted to try to get a good intentional plan set for this year. So you'll get little life updates like this once a month.
Yeah. And if you're watching on YouTube right now, hopefully you can see my whole body because I blend into the background.
You're
Which is not
camouflaged.
relevant, but I keep seeing myself and I'm like, oh my gosh, I see a floating head. This is great.
And if at like some random time in the episode Laura has a different shirt on, you know it's because it bothered you enough that we paused it and you got up to change. No.
It
I
may
don't think
happen.
it's
There's like
bad. It's really not bad.
50% chance that's gonna happen. Oh,
Yeah.
see,
Anyways,
why don't you start us out with some so we're gonna do some wins and some woes. What are some wins for you this week? I haven't even really talked to you that much this week. So I'm like, yeah, really, what's going on?
I know. Okay. So I'll keep it positive first and then when you hear my woes, you'll see why it's a little hard to keep it positive. But um I would say, okay, one of my like when I think back of like this week and even like really this winter season, one of my greatest wins was getting a Peloton on Facebook Marketplace.
I saw that on your stories.
I got a Peloton. I had been looking. I've probably been looking for it might have been like over the summer that I like got this idea that I was going to get one. It might have even been before. I don't know. But I was like, okay, as I'm prepping for like being stuck in the house and winter weather, like I can't just get out for a walk or a run or whatever. And it's like, it's even hard to just get to the gym, blah, 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 all the excuses. So I was like, I need a Peloton. So I started doing all the research, all the things. I found one like literally around the corner from my house. It was so easy.
Oh, that's
Pick it up,
awesome.
go get it. Now, the monthly fee is not going to be a fun thing. I'll just throw that out there. That's how they get you. But if you think about it, like a gym membership, which is how Josh and I are thinking about it, because he rides too, we have been loving it. Like it's been, I think I
Wait,
saw
you're gonna have to
today.
back up. I am
Okay.
so new to a Peloton. You have to pay a monthly membership?
Okay. So it's a stationary bike with a screen on it. It's
Okay,
like this,
yeah, yeah.
I mean, the screen is bigger than my laptop. Like it's huge. In order for the screen to work, you have to pay their like an app fee, like a subscription fee. So, and you can use it on your phone,
Are
like
there
you
like
can
tiers?
yes, but if you wanna use the bike like, if you wanna use the bike screen, you have to have a certain tier. So, like, if you wanna just use the app, So this is what some people do. If you wanna, like, keep it less well, actually, you guys got a bike, right? You have a stationary bike in
Yeah,
your
we have
room?
a stationary bike, and we have a there's a Peloton at our gym,
Okay.
and I, like, don't know how to use it, so I'm really fascinated because I get
Okay.
on and they give you a login, like, the gym gives you a login, but, like, I'm like, "How do I just do, like, warm up?" And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know how to work it. Okay.
Okay, well, so if you have a stationary bike, you can get just, like, the $15 a month, like, basic level app on your iPad or
Okay.
your phone, and then you can do the workouts, like, you could do them on your bike. Like, you just the numbers would be a little bit different, like
Well, what's
your
the benefit? Why do I even need this app?
so, because the classes are so good, like, the instructors are so good. I can't even tell you how many fun rides I've done. Like, if I'm feeling like I just wanna sweat, like, I can go put something on, I'm, like, singing along, like, it is so fun. I did a country pop ride today, which was so fun, but, like, I've done an Eras tour, like, the full like, you go through every era of Taylor Swift's Eras tour. You do the whole thing, and it's just so fun.
Okay,
So,
I need to, like, try it out.
you
Is there,
should.
like, a free can I get, like, a one-day pass, like, a free 1
Well,
month?
I wonder if when you go to the gym, you should just FaceTime me, and I could, like, tell
Okay,
you
I'll
a
do
good
it.
one to
I'll do
do.
it.
Yeah, because
Okay.
maybe
Yeah.
I could probably send you, like, what to search for, and you could do it and, like, they'll walk you through, like, you'll do a warm up, you'll do a workout, you'll do a cool down, you'll do the whole thing.
Do you feel like I'm always, like, skeptical on the bike because 'cause I'm like, "Okay, I don't want to just work out my legs and core, like, what about my arms? What about, like"
Yeah. So the schedule I made for myself, because I was doing a lot of strength training before I got this, and I still love that, and I don't want to lose muscle, which, like, I'm
Yeah.
not going to lose it in my legs because I'm like pumping hard, but I don't want to lose like even just like body composition, like the whole thing. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love strength training. So I'm doing like I flip flop every day. So, like, I'll do a ride one day, I'll do strength the next day.
Every day?
I'm doing 5 days a week right now. Yeah.
Girl, I'm getting in the gym once.
Well, that's fine. If you wanna do it once, you could do your Peloton ride at the gym, and then you could do your lifting, but you do other stuff too. Don't
I
sell yourself
mean,
short.
ugh,
Okay,
no.
but then wait, to go along with this one,
Okay, okay.
my other fun thing that I also found on Facebook Marketplace was a mini, like, a little Tykes Peloton for Judah.
Yeah, I saw that too, and I was so jealous. I was like, "Okay, that is awesome." My kids get on Greg's stationary bike all the time, but of
Yes,
course they can't, like, sit on it or reach the
right.
pedals or anything, and I'm like, "That was such a good find."
I was
I didn't know
so
you got it on
excited.
Facebook though. I just figured you bought it.
No, you should look and see because the one that I have, I couldn't even find it new. Like, I found it, like, on eBay and because I was trying to do, like, a comparison just to see I got it, I think, for, like, 25 or 30 bucks on Marketplace, so it wasn't bad.
The little one?
Yeah,
Wow.
and I've seen more, so you should definitely look and see, and there's other brands too that do, like,
Okay,
little
I'll look.
or, like, there's a little treadmill. I don't know if you've ever seen that before, but it's, like,
No, I haven't.
this, like, mini which, like, a kid could use a big treadmill too, but whatever.
Those are some good wins.
Yeah, those are my wins. Okay, tell me your wins.
My wins. Okay. You think I'm gonna tell you about painting my room because I told you that I was going to paint my room.
Okay.
I did paint my room, but that's actually not my win for
Wow.
we can talk about that another time. Okay, this is the lamest, biggest win. I've been, like, so excited about this. I got a hydro vac. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, like the wet vacuum?
Yes. Okay, I
Yes.
don't know how I have lived without this. I didn't even know it existed. Like, I yes, anyway, so if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's a vacuum cleaner and a mop in one, and I got a battery one,
Ooh.
and it doesn't, like, replace your, like, vacuuming the whole house and mopping or whatever, but we have all hardwood floors and a dog, and so we get, like, muddy paw prints
Yeah.
and it's so frustrating because I'm like, now I got to get out the vacuum, then go get the mop and mop. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. And it can happen like 4 times in a day, And so I'm like, because he just is hard to get the mud off of his feet. I'm like, I do wipe his feet off. Well, I don't now actually, but now I got this. But I was anyway. So I got this, and it is like the coolest thing. It takes like 5 seconds, I'm just like, "Boop, beep, beep, beep. Okay, my
That's
floors look clean
awesome.
again." I know. It's like, oh, I feel like that's how I feel.
I think if Josh hears this, he will go buy one because he's
He
always
should.
like, we need to mop, we need to mop. And I'm like, it's enough to get the crumbs off the floor and like get like the yogurt that's spilled.
He should 100% get this. If you are a parent, you should 100% get this.
Okay.
The one that I got is a Shark. It's a
Nice.
Shark Hydrovac Mess Master, and
Oh,
it was like 240.
yeah. I mean,
So,
that's like
not,
the
like,
price of a vacuum.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not ridiculous, and I have a vacuum that we use for, like, our rugs and all that. Like,
Yeah.
we only have carpet upstairs, we have rugs. But, I've been using it every day in the evening, always, and then just, like, emptying it out and letting it, dry or whatever. But I use it during the day multiple times, and I don't even put my whole thing, people like Swiffers and stuff like that, which 1, you still have to vacuum first if or
Right.
at least sweep or something, but 2, I don't like the pads, you know, um, we're, like, pretty hippie, all natural stuff, so I don't wanna use the, like, pads that come with the Swiffer, and you can get reusable ones, but I'm like, "Do I really need more laundry?
I
Like, come
know.
on," you know? But this is so ni I actually don't put any solution in it, I just
Okay.
do water.
Does it like heat it? Does it steam? Because I know like,
This is not a steam one.
okay.
They do have those, yeah. Um, but yeah, no, we didn't get that one, and I put, like, a little bit of vinegar in it at first. I'm still trying to play with, like, well, what about when I wanna have some anyway. So that's my biggest win, which is so lame, but my other win that's not as lame is we got a cat.
So cute.
His
Little
name is
tiny cat.
Gordon.
Gordon?
Yes, from Thomas the Train.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute. I love it.
Yeah, he's fun. So,
Was this a compromise? Because at one point you were talking about a dog.
well, it wasn't I know, it's still on the radar, the dog is still on the radar. It's not a compromise, like, between Greg and I just wasn't sold on a dog, I wasn't yeah, I was like, "Do we get a dog? Don't we get a dog?" And I'm like, "I kinda want a cat too." I really want both, which just sounds crazy. We already have a dog, but, we're like, "Let's start with the cat
Yeah.
because that's easier." And I will tell you this is, like, probably nobody cares about this, but I'll tell you anyway. The I am like an impulse ADHD, like, just do it to get the dopamine hit kind of person, and I tried really hard to, like, not be that way with this cat situation, okay? So I would, like, go to the store with my kids, and we were kinda looking at cats, and I would, like my husband and I were, like, joking, like, "Oh, I'm gonna get a cat," and Greg's like, "You better not," and it was just, like, this funny little, like, quip between us. And then I finally was like, "Okay, I'm serious now, I want a cat, like, what do you think?" He's like, "Okay, yeah, that's fine." So then I'm, like, shopping for a cat, and it took all the fun out of it. I told Greg, I was like, next time I'm just getting a cat because that took all the fun out of this. This was not fun. It took forever. The kids started getting like frustrated because then they're like, when are we getting a cat? Because I'm
Oh my
trying to like
gosh.
make sure we get the right cat. And I was just like,
Yeah.
I'm over this.
Yeah.
But
Well,
he's sweet.
we'll have to post a picture of your cat. Little Gordon.
Little Gordon. Well, he'd probably be in my lap right now, but they took him upstairs. We're trying to like get him used to the house, but still be away from the dog because they're not ready yet. But
Okay, I was wondering, like, what does introduction look like with a dog and a cat?
well, it depends on your dog.
Yeah.
My dog, I've had a cat before when he was younger,
Okay.
and he's been around other cats too, but he's also pretty like prey driven.
Yeah.
Though he'll be fine, I think, when the cat's older and can swat him a few times, but it's a little too young. So we let him come in and sniff around when the cat is like in another location
Okay.
so that he can like sniff where he's been. They've been in the same room a few times with the dog on a leash.
Okay.
The cat's just like hissing, you
Mhm.
know. Yeah, so we'll see, but it'll be a while before I, like, actually let them he
Yeah.
needs to be bigger.
Duncan and Gordon, those are such cute
Oh.
names. They're so
I
cute.
kinda wanted Waffles, but I know, that was the name I wanted, but Greg was, like, not super sold on it, and
Yeah.
Gord I was like, "I like Gordon too, that's fine."
Yeah. Oh,
So,
super cute. Okay, so let's share some woes too.
yep. Tell me your woes.
So honestly, I think it's just that we have been sick. Someone in my house has been sick, which I know is like the story of everyone's lives. Someone has been sick, like it's going on a month No. And it's like not all the same things, you know, someone gets it and then passes it and then everybody's fine for like 3 or 4 days and then so the latest is Judah, which he was like such a champ through, you know, when my little daughter Lucy, she was in the hospital actually right before Christmas. Yeah, I guess we haven't talked about that. She was in the hospital right before Christmas and had like rhinovirus, COVID, found out she had anemia, possibly has a blood disorder, like lots of different things, lots of follow-ups, lots of doctors, lots of everything. So, like any free time, I feel like we were like going back to the doctor, going to the hospital, like doing all the different things. Um and then Eliza had like a little scare of I took her to the ER one night because I thought she was having a lot of trouble breathing. Turns out she just had an ear infection, which was whatever. Like, I don't know why she was having a hard time breathing through it, but just like all these like viral things, like that's just what's been going on, like passing through our house. And Judah was doing fine. And I like kept checking him, like checking his ears, checking his breathing. Like we had the little oxygen like pulse ox thing and stuff. Like we were just like, kind of like playing with it. And he was like, always fine, always fine. Well, last week it was like he just got hit like in the middle of the night, super high fever, like sweating, coughing, all of it, and then like freezing cold, just on and on. So we had like a week of, he would wake up at like 1 or 2 in the morning and he's been kind of like sleeping all day. So then he's like wired, like there was one night he was in our bed, like in between us. He just sits up and he's like, "Where's my hamburger?" And I'm like, um, it's 2 in the morning. Like, what is he talking about? And I look over at Josh. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, bud." Like, I guess he and Josh had gone somewhere the day before. Josh got a hamburger or a cheeseburger, got Judah one, but Judah didn't want it because he was tired,
She was
like the whole thing.
sick, yeah, not feeling
So,
well.
yeah, and so, like, Josh got rid of it, and then he's like, "I want it now," and just, like, on and on. So, like,
My god.
and I didn't even share one of my wins right after Christmas, we did, like, some very light sleep training with the girls, so the girls have been sleeping through the night, like, even sick, like, they'd wake up and cough a little
Wow,
and,
that's
like,
impressive.
fall right back asleep, and I was like, I've been so impressed by them. But now we have a toddler who, is waking up asking for cheeseburgers in the middle of the night. So, that has just, like, taken such a toll. Like, my threshold of, like, all the patience and compassion and all the things is, like, so minimal, and I hate that because I know he's sick, and I know he's still like, this has been over a week, and he's still not, like, 100% himself, but I just am like, I'm having a hard time.
Dude, it's
So,
hard.
yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
It's the after sick. I always tell people that. I'm like, it's not when they're sick. I'm like, when they're sick, they're cuddly and cute and it's fine. It's the like lingering after sickness that's like terrible.
Yeah. Well, and then the other thing, and I know we've talked about it before, but, we're, like, not against screen time at all. We watch shows, we watch movies as a family, like, we do the whole thing. But when you're sick, there's literally nothing else he can do, and he's, like, watching TV or a movie or listening to something, like, 24/7 because, he's just I'm like, "Hey, bud, let's go do something else. Let's do this." "No, I just wanna watch my shows," and it's like, at some point, those first couple of days, that's literally all he was doing. So now I feel like we're, like, detoxing
You're
from
like,
that,
okay.
and I'm like, "Okay, this is" yeah, like, it feels like a detox, like,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
prying
hard.
you away from what you were used to for a week. So,
Oh,
I don't know how I don't know how we all do this all the like, multiple times a year. It feels like it's just hard. Yeah, it's hard.
those I mean, I feel like it's a very relatable whoa.
Yeah. I know, and I think winter I mean, obviously, we're all like, our immune systems are down. We've all got, like, something going on in the winter, but it makes it like you're so stuck in your house. You're just, like, it's so confining, and that's probably another reason why my Peloton is such a win because 'cause I'm like, I
You're like,
just
I need
can
this.
I can burn some energy and sweat right here in my house. So, Anyways, what about your woes?
Woes. Our woes are gonna be, like, kid related.
I
That
know.
sounds like so we love our kids, guys.
I know.
Um,
We really do. They're just hard sometimes.
they're a win too.
Yes.
But today or I mean, there was a win. They played so well yesterday. But no, this week the woe, this past month, I don't know. What has the woe been? Boredom? I don't know.
Yeah.
Might be a woe. Bored because it's cold.
Mhm.
But no, the kids have been going through some like developmental like jumps right now, and they're also eating like everything. Eating, I mean everything. I'm like, cannot keep these kids fed. Um, and that has been, and that is my woe is feeding my children. I like can't even like I'm like finishing trying to clean up a meal, and they're like, I'm hungry. And I'm like, it's been 45 minutes
Yeah.
and you just ate 3 waffles. Like, anyway, yeah, really honestly, that has been hard. Like, parenting in general has been really hard the past couple weeks because they're, like, going and it's also been really great. Like, there's been, like, these hard, 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 amazing days, and then hard, 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 and then an amazing day, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh. But, yeah, so, I mean, I can say that, like, I've had some time, thankfully, to, like, be by myself and, like, think through it. This is one of the, like I was talking to a friend. This is one of the, like, hard things about being an OT and a mom is that you really can't separate the 2, and so when things are happening with the kids, I'm still like, my OT brain is just, like, going through, like, "How do I break down this task?" And, "Well, what's the need here?" And, "What" am I responding this way? Should I respond in this way? But you also, like, can't always do it, like, in the moment,
Right.
you know? And also, like, you think about these things, and I'm like, "Okay, when my kids go through this developmental jump, it'll look like this." And there's not, like, a date on the calendar. It's not like January 15th, they're gonna go through this developmental jump. And so then you're just there, and you're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, we're here. Oh, okay." Like
Did you I mean, you probably know way more than what this app even has, but I used to use the Wonder Weeks, like
oh,
um,
uh-huh.
what are they called? The leaps? Is that what it is? Like
I didn't use that exact one, but I've
okay.
used an app that had, like yeah, like your well, I actually used it more for feeding.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah. This one, like, it's funny because when you were saying like a date on the calendar, this one would actually have like you put in, what your due date was or like what the child's birth date was. And then it tells you like on June 22nd, you can expect like the storm clouds. And I was like, it was kind of interesting to me and kind of helpful, but also not so helpful because you're reading through and you're like, that's not what's happening. So is something
Yeah.
wrong? Like it kind of sends you into this like tailspin. But the one thing I do remember from it that was helpful was like you have these developmental like leaps or jumps or whatever. And it's like it is bad until it's good. Like they're like it's hard, like whether it's like a sleep regression or whatever it is, and it like leads to a progression in something else, whether it's eating or sleeping or behavior or whatever. And so, yeah, but it's like, it's interesting because you're talking about with your kids and Judah and LJ are like they're so close that I'm like, I wonder if Judah is also going through like
You're like, "Oh, wait, are they going through this too?"
some
Yeah.
sort of little jump.
They're
I don't
hitting
know.
so it's really interesting, like, I, like, can totally see where other, like, parents that come to me and be like, "Oh, my kid is being, like, so defiant right now," and I'm like, yeah, I hear you. Like, we're in this stage, but it's not defiance. Like, it looks this
Mm,
way, and I get why someone would think this. Yeah. So, like, the thing to like one of the things they were doing that I had to like really take a step back and like think through it. And I actually asked one of my OT friends too, because I was like, okay, I know this is what's going on, but I'm having trouble coming up with like a solution. Like, help me like brainstorm this,
yeah.
And she's like, "You're such an OT. Like, this is hilarious." Um, is my kids were, like, taking snacks and then saying, like, "Let's be sneaky," like, or actually they were saying, "Let's cheat," which doesn't make sense, but, they're like, "Let's cheat," and then they would, like, go get a snack from the cabinet and then, like, run and hide with it, but, like, a lot of times it would be things like, "I didn't tell them no," like, "That's fine, you can have that snack," But then other times it would be something that I'd said like, "Oh, not," and usually it was like, "Oh, we'll have that in a few minutes, like, I'm not ready yet. Like, let me finish this and then I'll get this for you," or like, "Hey, we'll have that at snack time or we'll have that at lunch," or whatever, and they'll be like, "Let's cheat." And I'm like, "Wait, where are you getting this?" Like, anyway, and so I had to, like, really think through this, and I'm like, I do understand, like, if you're, like, don't have the background that I have and you could, like, think through this, you're like, "These kids are being so disobedient or so, like, whatever," and I'm like, "No, that's not what they're seeking. This is a game. They're playing a game, and, like, they need someone to walk them through this," anyway, so,
Interesting. I wonder where they picked up that vocabulary of cheat.
from Blaze
Oh, okay.
and the Monster Machines because of, Crusher. He
Oh,
cheats, which is funny but true because I started correcting them and I'm like, "Okay, this isn't cheating, this is being sneaky." And so then I'm like, "Let me give you the right word. Like, if you're gonna say it, let's do the right thing. You're being sneaky. And then let's talk about sneakiness."
yeah, that's good.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I do think that Judah is in a season of where like everything has to happen at that moment. It's like, pick me,
Mm.
like, pick me up. I want to see that. I'm like, hold on, bud. I've got my hands full, or like, whatever it is. Changing a diaper. I'm holding a bottle. I'm prepping like something. It's like, no, I want to see it right now. Right now, I want to see
"Get
it.
me this."
Yeah.
That's
And
what
it's
LJ
like,
says. Get me this." And I'm like,
whoa.
"Uh."
Yeah. I know. I usually say like, "Okay, bud, hold on, I'm doing this," or whatever, or I'll say to him like, "Can you show me what it looks like to ask for that with respect?" And then I heard somebody else say, and I feel like this is like a little convoluted for such a young child, but like, "Show me how to ask for that with self-control." And I was like, "Oh, that's actually pretty good," but it's like he doesn't I feel like respect has been easier to teach than self-control at this point. I don't know, maybe that's just my child, but
We just say, "Can you try that again?"
yeah, that's good. Keeps
Sometimes I'll say, like, "Can you try that again with some respect?"
yeah,
Um, but and partly when you do that, like, you're just trying to, like, give a definition to what respect is because
yeah,
you do have to, like, well, what does that mean? Well, you have to use it to understand what it means. So, like, there's a little bit of both. Um, but yeah, but yeah, but yeah, all day, every day. And it's funny because you think about, like, oh, like, I know how to handle the situation. I'm like, sure, I do. But, by the 12th time, I'm like, oh my gosh.
oh, yeah, and the 12th time is, like, by 9 a.m.
Yeah, I know. So I was just like, okay. But I've had a really good reframe of mind. I'm like, okay,
That's
when you
good.
like are working out and you're like, don't feel it, but you go to the gym anyway, and you're like, this is when you're making gains.
Yeah,
That is how I'm like viewing this season.
that's really good.
Yeah. I'm like,
I need that.
this is how we make gains. Like, it's the really boring. I've said this 100 times already, but this is how, like, let
Mhm.
me say it again. Anyway.
Yep,
Okay, let's
that's
move
good.
on.
Okay, what's next?
What's going on in the world, Abby?
Oh, okay. So we're gonna do this little, kind of like a little segment on our life updates because as fun as it is to talk about ourselves, it's also good to, you know, widen our horizons a little bit and see what's going on in the rest of the world. So one of the things that we want to talk about first is actually something that we missed while we were on our break. So by the time you're hearing this, it's been a little bit of time, but I think it's still relevant and it kind of like wraps up our last few episodes that we have shared with talking about foster care, with Laura's journey, and then our interviews and everything. So there was some legislation. I think it was before Thanksgiving. So it was in November and it was an executive order that came from the White House, and it was called "Fostering the Future of American Children and Families." So we just wanted to kind of break that down. This may be the first time you're hearing about it. You may be very familiar with it, but just kind of break it down and use it as kind of a springboard to talk through a little bit. So a couple of the things that it covered were modernizing data with a scorecard, having a national platform that's online for resources like housing, education, mentoring, all that. And then more expanded access to opportunities for like career paths, especially for those in the foster system who are aging out. They're getting older, they're trying to think through like what's next for me. So having some expanded access there. So yeah, let's kind of talk through some of that. I mean, when you read that, Laura, or like as you just kind of looked through some of the information, how did it feel for you as a foster parent?
Like, when I initially was, like, reading through it, there was a little I'm not gonna lie, there's, like, a little part of me, I'm like, "Okay, cool, so nothing's gonna change. Cool. Got it." Yeah. Um, I mean, no, I'm glad like, any legislation in my opinion, any legislation like this is especially for foster care, is good because it at least brings awareness of, like, "Hey, there are needs here. Let's talk about it." So, I wanna say, like, that's really great. The fact that people are talking about it, they're pushing legislation, like, that I think is an overall net positive.
Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, I mean, as I looked through it, even just from kind of my like very practical way of thinking, I'm looking at it I'm like, okay, so by when? So who has tested it? When is this all coming? Like, because you look at it and you think like, those are great
So
ideas.
great.
Like,
Yeah.
wonderful that we can put some of our tax dollars behind some things that we care about and that we believe in. Cool. But yeah, like what does this really look like? So I think it will be interesting to kind of come back to this maybe in, I don't know, 6 months, a year, or whenever we might hear more of what's actually happening, and like even talking to a current foster family of like, hey, how does
Yeah.
this change the way that you, like, one of the things I read was, you would provide updates to your social worker who would give updates to the family, or like, kind of that pipeline of information. And like now there could be this place where you just go in and like boop boop boop, like in an app, like pop in your details and your updates. Like, cool, that's so easy. A picture of this, an update from this day, whatever. Like that, to me, that's like, yeah, we have this technology. Let's use it for good. Like, let's use it for something that would help.
Yeah, so Kentucky, I can't, like, speak to all foster care, and even, like, Colorado, like, we weren't there long enough to, I feel like, get like, a real feel for it, but Kentucky's, like, systems are ancient. They're terrible, and so any improvement is gonna be an improvement, like, any update, but yeah, like, you are like, when you're talking about, yeah, like, modernizing the data systems and, like, having these online platforms, I am like, "Okay, cool." Part of me is like, "What all is that gonna entail?" Like, is this gonna include, like, the trainings? Which I know it is because I do some trainings for Kentucky foster families, and they are updating, like, some of the trainings to be more online and things like that. But you're just kind of like, "Okay, let's wait and see,"
Yeah.
you
Which I
know?
think is how most things go like this. It's like, okay, the funding is approved, or, the idea is approved, but like the actual way it is carried out is still a little bit of a question mark. Um, so yeah, I think it'll be interesting as we go along to see.
I am really excited about like there was quite a few things in there that were like really supporting youth that are transitioning like
Yeah.
out of foster care, and that's exciting for me because they need a lot of help. Now I am curious what that's going to look like in terms of like how are you going to be presenting it to the youth, how are you going about like, there's one thing just to be like, "This is available," and then there's another about, like, but are you showing them how this is helpful so that they actually utilize it? Because just because it's, like, there, you know, just because there's, like, scholarships or funding or whatever doesn't mean anyone knows about it or knows how to use it or can, like, do it well. So, I'm glad that there's a push for that. I'm
Yeah.
hoping that there's a lot of, like, hand-holding and like, really showing the benefit of, like, because they have things like, what they say, like, financial literacy, like, teaching
Yeah.
them, things like that. Like, I'm like, "Okay, this is really good stuff. Let's hope that it manifests that way." Like,
Yeah. Right. And I mean, when I think about those things too, I hope that they tap into things that already exist. So things like here's a budgeting app or a budgeting tool or something that like
Mm,
you have free access to. Like don't worry about paying the $100 a year or the startup cost or whatever. Like here is some sort of, promo code that you get to go do those things. Like you that's one of the things I think of when I see updates like this. It's like, okay, let's figure out like what exists today and how can we yeah, present it in a way that's going to actually be useful and accessible.
yeah, definitely like a wait and see. But I'm glad that they're doing it. I'm glad that it, is there. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
So, kind of interesting. But I felt like that was a good thing to start with in this little segment just to wrap up a little bit of what we've been talking about the last few
Yeah, I know. It was
episodes.
so appropriate for like, oh, well, what's going on in the world? There actually is a lot and it has to do with foster care, which is what we've been talking about this month.
Yeah. Yeah, it may
Yeah.
not always correlate that directly, but at least we have that. So, okay, let's kind of end because I want these episodes, these like life updates to be like kind of fun get to know you episodes too. So, let's end with like one thing that you're watching or reading or making or something that's like, okay, you're stuck in your house, quote unquote. Kind of stuck.
Ooh,
What are you
okay.
doing?
So we never ever talked about like, do we have New Year's resolutions? The answer is like, no, not really. This thing that I am doing was kind of a New Year's resolution last year that I never ended up doing. I want to sew a new wardrobe of pajamas. Not like a whole
Oh,
wardrobe, but like I want pajamas. I just wear like there's no difference between my like casual clothes, like my sweatpants and shirt. Half the time I just go to sleep in those. And I don't want that. I'm like, no. I want to have like around the house clothes, going out clothes and pajamas. And so I'm gonna sew some pajamas.
wow, you're gonna sew them. Look at
Well, I'm
you.
gonna try.
Okay. Well, you'll have to let me know how that goes because I need to break out
Okay.
my sewing machine because I just want to do things with it. Like, I want to make curtains.
Sort of.
I want to make stockings for next Christmas. I want to do all these things, but I need to
Oh wow.
I need to practice. Like, I need something, I don't know. I know
Maybe you
how
can
to,
make some pajamas.
yeah, that sounds really complicated.
No, not like regular drawstring pajama pants. That's easy.
Okay. Well, you'll have to let me know how it goes.
Okay. All right. What are you gonna
Oh.
do? Stuck in the house. What are you doing?
Oh man. Well, yours is like so productive. Mine is I like getting into my bed at like 8 or earlier if my kids are asleep earlier and watching whatever I find to watch on TV. So, I've been
Well, what are you
watching
watching?
Traders. Have you ever watched Traders?
No. What is this?
It's like this celebrity like all these celebrities from like random reality shows and they come together and it's like that game. Did you ever play that game like I don't there's a name for it, but it's like murder, like when you're like around in a circle and like if you get
Like
winked at
mafia?
Mafia, yes,
Mafia.
Mafia.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like Mafia, but it's like a whole like there's sets and there's like this table that they all come around and they vote people off and yeah, so
That's interesting.
if you, like, watch reality TV and you kind of know some of these characters, it's, like, fun to get to watch them, like, in this different arena. So, Josh watched it for about 5 minutes with me, and he was like, "Yeah, no, I can't do this."
He's like, I'm
But
out.
it's also one of those that, like, it's like a traditional it's on Peacock, but it's like a traditional TV show where it's, like, only 1 episode comes out a week.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
And so, it's kinda nice because like, I can't just go in and, like, binge the whole thing, but I do look forward to Thursday nights when I can watch it.
Well, I've just been binging the OCs, or not the OC. Gossip Girls, my latest binge.
Oh, well, that's fun too.
Yeah.
I never watched that.
What?
I never watched Gossip Girl.
So I didn't either. So
Mm,
that's why I'm watching it now. I
oh,
just need like I can't I just need just something that's like so superficial and
I
so
know.
not reality for me at all, but yeah.
That's kinda how Traders is. It's like they're talking about, like, murdering and killing each other, and it's like they're just banishing them from the castle, you know?
Well, we're talking about brands that are so expensive, I've never heard of them. So, that's great.
You're, like, Googling, like, "What is this?"
I know, it's great.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh, man. Well, I hope you all have enjoyed our life update, and we will be back next week with a whole new theme for the month and lots more to come. Some more interviews, expert interviews, just me and Abby, more life updates, all the things. So we will see you guys next week.